Suddenly, this man realized that he had spent 108 days on Mars. He put all his strength into sending this news back to Earth. After a lot of searching, he found an old rover, a pathfinder that had been sent many years ago. Too much time had passed. He wasn't sure if it would work, but the hope of returning didn't let him give up. He turned it on, and this old device, buried in the soil, slowly started moving. Its signal receiver pointed toward a nearby space station, and shortly after, scientists on Earth realized that the pathfinder was working again. They could now connect to the machine. Mark saw that the pathfinder was moving on its own, but it was very old. The distance between Earth and Mars was such that a message would take half an hour to travel back and forth. Then Mark understood that he was connected to Earth's space center. He returned to the base and wrote simple words on whiteboards, hanging them in front of the camera. Half an hour later, the people on Earth were happy seeing these pictures. They could only respond by rotating the camera, but contact was established. To communicate faster, Mark devised a trick. He planted boards around the pathfinder at some distance, each with letters written on them. People on Earth would rotate the camera to select letters, and Mark would understand. But it took a lot of time. Writing one sentence took several hours. Finally, the scientists on Earth found a solution. Within a few days, they taught Mark how to change the pathfinder's code. Now it connected directly to his communication rover, and conversations could happen without interruptions. Everyone was amazed at Mark's courage, but they had to tell him the truth. He would have to stay alone on Mars for 4 years, until the new mission, Ares 4, could begin. Mark had plenty of potatoes, enough to last about a year. The Space Center said they would send a rocket to keep him alive for 4 years. But fate had other plans. That very night, while Mark was in the lab, a pressurized section malfunctioned, the balance of the already damaged lab was disturbed, and suddenly there was a strong explosion. His helmet broke and oxygen started leaking. He immediately patched it with tape and saved his life. But as cold air entered, the lab froze, and all the potatoes rotted. Mark sent this news to Earth. The situation had now become very serious. The Space Center sped up the rocket construction. A month later, the rocket was ready. Mark had only 400 days of food left. Without further checks, the rocket was launched. Everyone hoped the food would arrive on time. At first, all was well, but soon strange vibrations were felt in the rocket. Before anything could be done, it exploded in the air. With the rush, the launch failed. Until a new rocket could be built, Mark would have starved. Everyone was disappointed. When Mark received this bad news, he lost all hope of living. Once his food ran out, he simply waited for death. Then the Chinese Space Center offered help. They had a secret mission called Sun God with a very powerful booster. Scientists made a new plan. China's booster would carry food and fuel to the Hermes spacecraft returning to Earth. Then Hermes would turn and head toward Mars. As soon as Hermes reached Mars's orbit, Mark would leave his flight spacecraft and dock with it.